Hey, so today we're going to talk about a few things for a little bit of time. And these are some of the hot topics that I'm hearing about today, and also some of the things that we're seeing in the Mickey Woods Marketing Agency that other shops may not be aware of, but it's huge to know to be able to run a successful body shop. So, first, let's talk about this AI, answer engine optimization, AEO, these AI tools that are populating directly on Google. You can go to ChatGPT, all of these types of now answer engines. How do you get to the top of them? What do I need to do? These are the types of questions that I'm hearing. So, first and foremost, unfortunately for you, if you're not already doing SEO, search engine optimization already, a lot of the things that are going to push you up in these answer engines and in these AI bots are also foundational pieces for SEO. So it is something you want to look into. Part of that is we need to make sure that your website has a lot of data because these AI engines are crawling your website for information. It really wants to know that you are the authority in your space. So we need to give it a lot of content. So not only blogs and press releases, which are very important moving the needle for SEO traditionally, but now we have to actually expand on that. For those of you who are certified, you're a certified auto body shop, you need to be talking about that on your website. You need to have pages built out that are speaking on that. And this can't be pages that are made just to be crawled for Google. It wants to make sure that they are friendly for the reader. So it has to be written in a very specific way. So it's reader friendly. Also, you want to make sure that you're maximizing your Google business profile, which you should be doing anyway. If you think about it, most people are still going to Google. Google is still the #1 search engine in the world. So you want to maximize your Google business profile, and you can do that for free. We actually have an online course that we're building that's almost complete. So stay tuned for the release of that. And one thing that you're going to want to do is make sure that you're talking about in your description what separates you and what differentiates you from every other auto body shop out there. Secondarily, on that Google business profile, you need to be pushing great online reviews. You may think it's not a big deal. Google, as we sit right now, really rewards shops or any business really that is getting 5-star reviews, and not just getting them, but getting them consistently and frequently. You also want to be responding to those reviews, pictures. So really anything and everything on your Google business profile, you want to optimize it and start pushing for reviews. So there are a lot of different pieces that go into this AI world, and we'll get into it more in the future, but some things you can start to do for free is your Google business profile. And then also have an agency like Mickey Woods Marketing or another agency do an evaluation on your website, do an evaluation to see where are you ranking organically on Google right now, because the higher you're ranking on Google, guess what these AI engines are crawling? Google. Another thing to think about is for these AI engines in the body shop world is it is actually crawling CarWise. That's one of the big websites that it crawls. So make sure that your description and your information is filled out on CarWise. Maximize that business listing also. All right, let's pivot into something else. We could talk about that for a very long time, but I don't want to get too far into detail. Let's talk about if we were to push you all the leads in the world. The Mickey Woods Marketing Agency does a great job of getting auto body shops leads, preferably phone calls. We're pushing for phone calls. For other shops that are utilizing the online photo estimating tool, we push for those as well. We're trying to get you leads at your shop, right? Let me give you a staggering fact. So our phone calls we track through a system called CallRail. CallRail is a massive corporation, and they monitor phone calls and form fills for businesses of all types, right? So this isn't collision specific, but this is a very specific number for people. This is how people react, and goes across all industries. And this is if you are answering your phone and how long you're making people wait. Look at this. Listen to this. I can speak, I promise. Listen to this statistic. Say that 3 times fast. 78% of consumers abandon a business, meaning they will never call back again after one unanswered call. We know that typically to be true in the collision industry because when we push you leads as a marketing agency, one thing we do that most other agencies do is we track every phone call and we listen to every phone call and make notes for every single client. Is that crazy? Yes. But the reason we do it is because we need data and we need to make sure we're showing you an ROI. Now, when we do that, we get to see the behavior of people calling auto body shops. It's really cool, actually. So we can see that when somebody calls and the phone is not answered at the body shop, they do not call back most of the time. This statistic is saying 78%. I would say that's about right, maybe even higher. If you think about it, collision, in my mind, I'm thinking closer to 90 if I would put a number on it, because when they are in an accident and they need help now. Because CallRail pushes out across all industries, we know the number is higher for all consumers. But then when we dial it into collision is it's situation specific versus if we have somebody that's calling a boutique because they want to go shopping and they want to know what the hours are, so they call. Okay, that can get put off. If you need to get your vehicle fixed and repaired, you've just been into an accident, this is an emergency type of situation. And we deal a lot with that in our industry. So we're seeing a higher number than the 78%, but let's just say it was 78%. That's a lot of phone calls and a lot of people that you are missing if they are not talking to somebody right away. Okay, the other statistic that they pushed out was 41% of people will hang up if they are on hold 1 to 2 minutes or longer. So what can you do about this? Make sure that you have enough support staff to not only take the phone calls, but not leave people on hold for forever, because they're going to hang up and they probably won't call back unless you have their car already in the shop and they have to call you back. They don't want to deal with that. I wouldn't want to. You can't even get to me. Are you kidding me? And now I'm going to bring my car to you and I have to deal with you. No. So be mindful of this. So this really comes into the CSR component. I do coaching with shops all the time, and we evaluate what are you doing when your people are answering the phones? Because think about it. You can be marketing all you want. You can have the 50 million 5-star reviews, but if people are calling and you're not answering the phone, you're losing so many people. And I know there are a lot of shops that are slow right now. So think about how many more people you could be capturing. We have a shop that was complaining about how slow they were, and they didn't think that the Google ads that we were running for them were working. And we showcase and walk them through all of the missed calls they had, because when people would call and they wouldn't get somebody, they'd hang up and call somebody else. And they thought, oh my gosh, they changed the way that they answered the phone rather than having a voicemail type answering service. Hello, thank you for calling XXX Collision Center. We appreciate your phone call. Someone will be with you in a moment. So many people hang up when they get that also. So we changed the way that they went about answering their phones. I should say they did. We worked with them to help them. And complete change around, complete flip up 180 degrees. All of a sudden now those calls and those people started converting into actual folks that they were speaking with, where then they could come into the shop could capture the keys, and the RO begins. So think about that. Think about what your process looks like. And now we'll pivot into something else that has to do with this. There are a lot of AI tools on the market. This is a new big AI push, and a lot of companies are coming out with it. CallRail even has their own. We know Body Shop Booster. There are a lot of different companies out there that have AI answering assistants, we'll call them. Now, this can be fantastic for shops as a backup. If everybody in the shop is busy, it's better than potentially just a voicemail box, because a lot of people don't want to leave a voicemail. They feel like, I'm going to leave this again. I need you and I need you now. It's an emergent type situation. So these AI answering assistants can really be helpful. They can also really piss people off, because a lot of companies are using them and people want to talk to people. So if you can, have a person answer every phone call. That's going to help you convert the most amount of people that are calling your business. If you just cannot and your people are overwhelmed or it's after hours, that's when I recommend that you lean on these AI answering assistants. Now, the beauty of listening to these phone calls is we are able to alert our shop. So when we have shops that are working with us, like I said, we're tracking all the phone calls, listening to the phone calls. If the AI assistant doesn't route the call properly or doesn't understand the person's getting frustrated, whatever, we can then relay that information back to the shop. As a shop, you would never know, if you're not recording your phone calls, how many people that you're really upsetting potentially with this AI agent, right? So be careful when you're going to use it, and ideally use it with a third party potentially monitoring the situation to make sure that you're not upsetting more people than you're helping, because that's no good for anybody either. And we've seen a lot of that. Now, I know the companies that are using these, we can train AI, but you can't train AI if you don't know there's a problem with AI. You don't know what you don't know. So when you work with Mickey Woods Marketing, one of the beautiful things is we've got your back, and we are kind of a big brother type situation, not in the creepy way, but in the helpful way of we're watching out for you, and we can alert you to issues that you as a shop didn't even know were going on. So that could be a way to use these AI agents as a backup, but please don't use them as the main way that you answer the phone for your auto body shop, because no amount of marketing can push you phone calls if you don't answer your phone. No amount of marketing can help grow your business if you're not answering it. And no amount of marketing can help you if you're answering the phone and then putting people on hold, upsetting them, and they're not calling back. Then you're wasting your marketing dollars, and all of the good that you're doing, you're also flushing. So these are some things I'd like for you to think about and evaluate in your shop so that you can do better and be better and capture more people when they're in need of somebody to perform their collision repair. We really want to help them. That's our heart, right? So I hope you found this helpful. Let me know if you'd like for us to do an evaluation of where you're ranking on Google. What does your website look like? Do you have issues with your website? What are your organic rankings? Let's do an audit. Conversely, how are you stacking up against your competition if they're running paid advertising? You don't know what you don't know. So you could potentially be missing out on opportunity, because it's our job to drive you leads, and there are some great ways to do it. So if you're at a place in your business where you're feeling stagnant and you need to do more, especially coming into 2026, now's the time. Hop on it. We have tried, tested ways to get you leads in your shop. And it's up to you to decide if you want to take these people, if they're good customers for you or they're not. You get to weed through them, but we're going to get you at bats. We're going to make that phone ring. So if you'd like to do an audit, see where you're at, see what your options are, let me know. And if you're going to do some type of AI software, make sure that you ideally are either recording the calls and listening to them yourselves, with all that extra time you have, or work with an organization like myself or somebody else who will be able to assist you with that piece of it, so you're not upsetting more people than you're trying to help. Anyway, that's all I've got today, but thanks for listening, and hit me up. You need my help? I'm here for you. Talk to you soon. Bye.